So you can come on over to your mat and start by lying down on your back. You are welcome to bring your feet up flat if you like. Oh, my son is home from school, so he's going to be just checking in and making sure everything's going okay with the live stream. So you can always send him a note. Now you're welcome to bring your feet up flat, or if you prefer to let your legs be out straight, either way is okay. What I'd like you to pay attention to right now are the front lower ribs and the space just below the front lower ribs, and allowing that space, you can use your hands if you like, allowing that part of your back of your front rather, to sink towards your back in order to feel the space around the area of the lower ribs and below the lower ribs. Allow that space to sink into the floor, to sink into the mat, to sink into the floor. And what we're looking for here is a little, I'm going to sit up so you can hear me. What we're looking for here is just a little more sense of openness in the low back, sense of spaciousness in the low back. Essentially what we're trying to do is create a little more softness around the kidney adrenal area. Let yourself breathe into that area. You can allow the lower back to keep tuning into those feelings of sinking. And then take a few moments to breathe here. Let your inhale be a little longer, let your exhale be a little longer, a little more chill, a little lingery in the exhale. Everything okay? Thank you. And that was my tech guy just checking in with me. See if you can soften that area. So the area I'm talking about specifically is below the back ribs, this kidney area here. We're trying to let that kind of sink, let it be kind of more spacious, more open, and visualize your breath moving into that area. Now, as we're present here, just in this awareness, in this breath, and the awareness of that part of your body that's so important for addressing the stress response, essentially. As we're present in that area, I'd like you to take a moment here. You're welcome to have your hands on your abdomen as you do this. Take a moment in your mind to list at least 2, maybe even 3 internal resources. So that could be something like, I have strong faith. That could be one thing. It could be, I have a strong sense of myself, identity. It could be something like, I've got a good sense of humor, right? So give yourself 2 or 3 of your resources, your inner resources. Just kind of a little reminder, I have resources. Inner strength, perhaps. Whatever they are for you. And you can visualize or imagine these inner resources kind of living perhaps in the center of your chest. Perhaps they're living in your belly. That's okay too. As if you can call on them as you need them. Right? So we can call on those inner resources when we need them. And we're going to use the practice to shore them up. Use the practice to kind of remind yourself that they're there. Remind yourself you can call on them whenever you need them. Okay, so next I'm going to invite you, as you're on your back, to stretch your arms up over your head. And you can do that with a deep breath. And however you like, you can take them up in front of you, you can take them up to the side. and then just let them float back down. And we'll do that again, just reaching the arms up with a nice big breath, and then reaching them back down. And then when you're ready, stretch out your legs. And this next time, take your right arm up and flex your left foot. And then relax back down. And then same thing with the left arm reaches up, flex your right foot. And exhale back down. And then do that again, right arm, left foot. Relaxing back down. Left arm, right foot. And by the way, you might be going faster than me or slower than me, and that's just fine. Go at your own pace. We're just doing this contralateral movement, which is good for helping to coordinate the function of the hemispheres of the brain, better communication. Okay, when you finish that one, then take your knees into your chest. You can do a little squeeze, maybe a little rock if you like, maybe a little side-to-side rocking. And then arms by your sides. And now contralateral again. Right arm, left leg with a breath. Exhale back down. Left arm, right leg. And you're taking your leg straight up to the ceiling and the arm over your head. And there's a coordination of that effort so that the leg is moving a little bit slower than the arm because the arm has further to go. And then after you do the one with your left arm and your right leg, by the way, if it's a little confusing, that's good. It means it's good for your brain, right? So after you do left arm, right leg, then we're going to do 3, both arms, both legs. And for each of the 3, remember those 3 inner resources. Maybe it's kindness, generosity, and inner strength, something like that, whatever it is for you. The second one, remember your second inner resource. Feel it in all the cells of your body. Last one. This time we'll stay here. And as you exhale, soften your elbows and knees a little bit. And then when you inhale, reach through your arms and your legs. Soften a little bit on your exhale. Pull your belly in. Reach through your arms and your legs on your inhale. Let's get a little longer. And then release back down. Okay, so take a moment. I'm sitting up so you can hear me a little bit better. But take a moment here with your feet flat, arms by your sides. And just take a moment here and notice, go into that what I call interoceptive pause, or just a moment of noticing. How does your body respond to some of what we just did? You feel some tingling feelings in your hands and feet, perhaps. Just a little awareness of your nervous system. Great. Now, as you're ready, please roll to your side, whichever side, doesn't matter. Use both hands and come back up to tabletop. Let me know if you can't hear me. My tech guy will let me know. But I'm trying to project my voice enough for the microphone to pick up. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Belly stays firm, lower back stays neutral. We're going to go back to that spot again, which is really sort of the thoracolumbar junction area, the area of the kidneys. So when you inhale, lift the chest a bit. And when you exhale, start to round and see if you can tune into that part of your back. And push the hips back a bit. So inhaling forward and exhaling back. And next time you go back, you might go back a little further. Keeping the awareness here in that middle part of your back. Maybe a little further. By the way, your elbows bend when you come down, not straight. Now next time you inhale, sweep your right arm and left leg up. And when you exhale, float back down. Maybe all the way to child's, maybe just halfway. Left arm, right leg on the inhale. Yeah, left arm, right leg. And then exhaling, floating back. We're going to do it 3 more times. Okay, 2 more. Go slow. You may be doing a little faster than me or a little slower. That's okay, because you can always rest in child's pose, right? And keeping some awareness in the lower back as we do this movement. Okay, now on this last one, we'll stay for a few breaths. Right arm, left leg. Now, as you inhale, lift just a teeny bit. As you exhale, draw the belly in. See if you can connect to that part of your back. One more breath here. And then use your exhale to float back to your child's pose again. And this time when you get to child's pose, just take one nice deep breath in. Let it come out through your mouth. And on your next inhale, left arm, right leg. And we'll take a moment here to use some breath. So use the inhale to lift and the exhale to draw the belly in. Last one. And then floating back to your child's pose. Good. Now, this time in your child's pose, let's take a moment, take one deep breath here, exhale through your mouth. And then what we're going to do next is lift up, walk your hands over to the right, lower back down, and then let your breath flow into the whole left side of your body. So you're feeling the left ribs, the left armpit, the left waist, feeling just a movement of breath through that area. So we're kind of trying to open up that area a little bit. This creates a Brahmana effect, right? Brahmana means that it's a little bit nourishing, a little bit energizing. So take another breath into that left side. And then lift up on your fingertips, lift your face, lift your chest. Just little finger walk over to the other side and lower back down. And now we'll focus on the whole, stretching that whole right side, right armpit, right ribs, into the right waist. You don't want to overdo it. This could create a little shear stress in the sacrum. So be mindful you're not like cranking over as far as you can, just comfortably, so you start to feel some openness here in the side body. One more breath there. And then please walk your hands back to the middle, back to child's pose here in the middle. And then here in child's pose, let's take a moment and 3 breaths. So each breath, remember whatever those 3 inner resources were. If you only got to 2, add 1 more, which you could add anything. Self-care. I'm good at self-care. I'm doing yoga, right? Something like that. So 3 inner resources that you have. As you're ready, let yourself press up so you can sit back on your heels. Let your hands come to the heart center. Lower your face, soften your eyes. Close your eyes if you like. And take a moment, feel the energy of your hands on your heart center. Feel the healing energy of your hands. If you like, visualize that these are the hands of your own Ishvara, of your own higher power. And feel the soothing comfort of the hands on the heart center. One more breath. And then as you're ready, press up onto your knees, come up onto your feet, and then take a moment and wiggle and jiggle it out a little. You can shake out your hands if you like. Give yourself a little bounce, breathe out through your mouth. Let's do that again. Shake out your hands, breathe out through your mouth. Okay. And then just take a moment and be present here. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body feels. Now, I know that you can't see my hands in the picture, but that's okay. Just do whatever I'm talking about here. So next what we're going to do is on the inhale, let the arms sweep out to the sides, up over your head. You can lift your eyes if you like. Wide V. Exhale, float back down. We'll do that again. Now this time, let your weight shift into the front of your feet. Heels lift up any amount. As long as you can keep your balance. It might not feel so good to look up, so you might want to keep the eyes straight ahead. Just bringing some Brahmana energy in, a little bit of that nourishing energy. This time when you come up, pause here for 2 counts before you exhale back down. And do that again. Inhale, pause for 2, maybe even 3 counts. Good. Now this time, when you come up into the pose, we'll stay there. So inhaling up, pausing your breath for a moment. And then as you exhale, stay in the pose. Now some of you might feel like it would be interesting to bring your fingers together, index finger and thumb out. That you're welcome to try that if you like it, if that feels okay in your shoulders. Otherwise, keep the wide V. It might feel nice to be up high on your tippy toes, or maybe just the heels are just a little bit up. Take another breath. And then when you're ready, exhale, float back down. Take your weight into your heels now and take a moment of interoceptive pause. So how does your breath feel right now? Soften and close your eyes if you like. How does your body feel right now? We tune into that. And next we're going to visualize we're gathering energy from the earth. Bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, bring it up to the level of your chest. Gather that energy. And as you exhale, press it up to the heavens. Look up. And then as you inhale, gather the energy from the heavens. Bring it to the level of your chest. As you exhale, press it down into the earth. And visualize you're taking energy from the earth. You're bringing it up into your heart. You press it up into the sky on the exhale, into the heavens. And you inhale, you take it down from the heavens. And exhale, you press it down into the earth. Let's just do a couple more. So visualize, feel the energy in your hands. This is one of these exercises that helps to, and this is the exhale. This is one of these exercises, it's from Qigong. Sorry, I borrowed it. And inhale back down. But it's one of these exercises that helps you to tune into, to gather, to develop greater energy, greater awareness of the energy in your hands. This is the exhale as we press it up. Inhale as we take it back down again. And to move that prana through your whole body, right? You are a pranic being. The prana is vibrant and alive in you. The energy is vibrant and alive in you. And you increase the healing energy in your hands as you do something simple like this with the ideation, with the visualization. Pressing it down to the earth as if you're part of this earthly system. You're part of the cosmos. Last one. Inhaling it as you take it down. Exhaling as you press it down to the earth. Now here's the important part after doing all this. Inhale, gather it up again. And feel the pranic energy between your hands. Just let your hands move in and away from each other. Feel the subtle prana flow between your hands. You kind of make a big ball of energy. And just visualize you're taking this big ball of energy. It feels kind of like, I don't know, something sticky, a little bit sticky between your hands. You're making a big, light, fluffy ball of energy here. And then start to make that energy a little smaller so you feel it, the denseness of it, feel the power of it. And what we're going to do next is take that ball of energy and place it right into your belly. Fill yourself. Feel it going right back into your adrenaline glands, right back into the kidneys. Deep breath. Feel yourself filled with prana, filled with the life force energy. One more nice deep breath here. And then allowing your hands to come out by your sides. Now, interoceptive pause, so taking a moment to notice how my breath feels, how my body feels. Feel maybe a little tingly feeling in your hands. You're starting to build the prana, yeah? Okay, so let's come to the front of the mat. Step the right foot comfortably back for warrior one pose. We're going to keep that feeling in our hands of pranic energy. And as you inhale, bend your left knee, let the arms sweep out and up over your head. So you come together, hold the ball up here, the ball of energy. Exhale and float back down, straightening the left leg. So as you inhale, gather the prana from the earth, bring it up to the heavens, hold the ball. Exhale, float back down. Good, let's do two more. Lift the ribs up out of the hips. This time coming up into warrior one, we'll stay here. Between your hands, feel the prana ball. Feel the ball of energy between your hands. One more breath. And as you exhale, start moving into a forward bend, maybe halfway to start. Front leg straightens. Inhale back up. The palms start to connect the energy again. Halfway. Or maybe a little more than halfway this time. Again. Maybe a little further this time. And by the way, you're welcome to go a little faster than me or slower than me. This time when we come down into the forward bend part, stay here. You could stay halfway. You could bring the hands down. You could use blocks. Let go of your head. As you inhale, the front leg gets a bit straighter. Spine gets a little straighter. As you exhale, soften the front knee. Soften the elbows. Let go of the head. Last one. And then on your next inhale, arms out to the side, float back up, belly firm. Back to warrior one, hold your ball of prana. And release everything down. Step your back leg forward. You can move and shake it out a little bit. And then take a moment for your interoceptive pause. So how does the whole right side feel? Compare it to the left side. Okay, so let's do the other side. So stepping your right foot forward, left foot back. And we're going to begin with the same thing we've been doing. So as you inhale, like you're gathering the energy of the earth, bringing it up over your head as you bend your front leg. And then as you exhale, float back down. Make sure you're doing the other side. I'm having a moment here where I think I told you to do the wrong side. I might not have, but I don't know, because you're not here. You're here, but just not in front of me. So, anyway, just make sure you're doing the other side, okay? So this is the inhale and the exhale. And we're kind of tuning into that energy in the palms of the hands, the healing energy. Letting the hands come towards each other. Feel the magnetic pull between your hands when you take your arms up. Like you're holding a big ball of prana. This time we'll stay here. Hold that ball of prana between your hands. Lift your eyes if you like. One more breath. And then when you're ready, about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway the first time, we go into a forward bend, then float back up on your inhale. And maybe a little further this time. Got two more. Okay, so this time we're going to come into the posture and stay here. Maybe hands on blocks, maybe your shin or your thigh, maybe arms out to the side. And a few breaths. So the inhale, you get a little longer. Leg gets longer, spine gets longer. Exhale, you soften. Soften the knee. Make your breath nice and slow and fluid. Let your movements follow your breath. Last one. Belly's firm. Use your inhale to float back up to warrior one. Hold your ball of prana. And release the arms down. Step the back leg forward. You can do a little jiggling, shaking it out here. And then take your moment of interoceptive pause. So soften or close your eyes. Let your awareness turn within. Notice the back of your legs. Notice the front of your legs and notice the difference. Be aware of how your breath feels, how your nervous system feels. Coming back up to the front of your mat, step your right foot back. We're going to inhale and take the arms up over the head again, warrior one. And as you exhale, arms start to move towards the side. Weight moves into your front foot, your left foot. And then exhaling back. Okay, so this is the inhale. And the exhale. Now, you don't have to do a full warrior three. You might just be lifting your back foot up a little bit, which is fine. If you want to go into a big warrior three, that's also fine. Next time, we'll stay in the pose. It might be just you're balancing in your left foot, or it might be that you've got that right leg way up and you're, spending a little more energy because that feels good. I think that, one of the reasons I made this class a little more Brahmana because it's morning, but also because, we're working with feelings of anxiety or worry. We don't know what's going on. We want to stay in some harder poses longer. That's actually good. Burns up some of that energy. So, as I was talking, you were staying in the pose, right? So last one. When you're ready, you can bring the foot back down and then use an inhale to sweep the arms up to warrior one again. Release the arms down, step it forward, and just let yourself wiggle and jiggle, rebound a bit. Hydrate that connective tissue here, hydrate the fascia rather, the fascial matrix. So take a moment and come into to stillness, find your breath. And then please step your left foot back, right foot forward. We'll take a breath and come into warrior one. And then as you're ready, moving into warrior three. Now actually we're going to change the breath. So this is going to be the exhale as you go back. Sorry, I think I messed that up on the other side too. This should be the inhale. And the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, two more, and on the second one, we'll stay in the pose. When you're ready, bend your front knee. Take an inhale to lift your arms back up to warrior one. And then release them back down. Step your back foot forward. And we'll do a little wiggle and jiggle again. And take a moment to come back to mountain pose. So just take a moment and kind of tune in. How does your breath feel right now? How does your body feel? Feel some of that energy moving. We'll bring the hands back to the center of the chest. Notice which hand you put there habitually, and then change hands. Soften or close your eyes. And take a moment to remember the resources. 2 or 3. If you get to 3, great. Your internal resources. You can come back to them anytime you need them. They're in your body. Okay, so when you're ready, take a deep breath, stretch your arms up, and as you exhale, bend your knees and let your hands float down to parallel to the floor, palms down, grounding energy. Inhale, float back up, and then exhale, palms down, bend your knees, ground your energy. Right. So it kind of looks like we're casting a spell here. You can think about casting a spell of kindness on yourself, on others, maybe on everybody who's here. There's quite a few people here on the class today. Yeah, there's 30 something. Oh, there's 50 something of us. So thank you all for being here, by the way. So as you're casting your spell of kindness up and down, you can think about the 50 other people that are practicing with you right now. And together we are bringing a little more kindness, a little more peacefulness to the world, to ourselves, to the world. You can sit any amount deeper. Feel free to go for it. It's up to you. Grounding your energy. Palms of the hands ground down to the earth. Soles of the feet ground down to the earth. Last one. This time we'll stay here. Maybe sink deeper if you want. Maybe push up a little bit if you want. It's up to you. Make sure your belly's a little bit firm to support your back. You're not doing a big sway back here. Let your weight sink a bit more into your heels. Draw your shoulder blades flatter to your back. Grounding, grounding, grounding energy. When you're ready, float back up on your inhale. And then let your arms float down by your sides. Shake it out a little bit. And take your moment to come into your mountain pose. Just being present with your breath, with how your body feels right now. Okay, please separate your feet a bit. We're going to do a little swinging twist. You let your arms swing side to side. Let your head flow naturally with your shoulders. If that feels uncomfortable, you can always keep your head still too, looking ahead as your arms are swinging. A little more swinging. The next one is going to be a little bit more challenging. So you can keep swinging like this if you prefer, right? Rather than doing the next one. That's fine. So the next one, your feet separate a little bit more, and this time you give yourself a big bear hug. Notice which side that you hug, that you put your arm on top, okay? And then this one is swinging side to side, but with your arms are in a hug. And my back foot, I'm pivoting up on the toes. So it's kind of a twist and a forward bend. You can use a ha on the exhale, ha. Ha, 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 ha. If you don't like it, don't do it. And back to neutral, then you gotta hug yourself the other way, other arm on top, and same thing, ha. Ha, 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 back to neutral again. We'll finish by going back to a little swinging. Okay, and then when you're ready, come to your mountain pose, take a breath. So the invitation now is to do a forward bend, place your hands on the mat and step your feet back to down dog. Or if you prefer, you can come with me just down to child's pose, okay? So you're welcome to take a moment for child's pose, or you're welcome to pop up into a down dog. If you're in down dog, you may want to do inhale, tabletop, exhale, down dog, which actually makes your dog a little shorter if you do tabletop to down dog, which is fine. And then some of you may prefer to stay in down dog for a few breaths, or in child's pose for a few breaths. This is a good place for the transition of your practice. So it's a good place to transition now from some of the Brahmana stuff we were just doing and move a little bit more towards this more Lungana or more relaxed part of the nervous system. I wanted to spend some time kind of burning things off in the first part of the class so that we can move towards a state of more parasympathetic homeostasis, right? So that's where we're going now. So this is a good place. I'm just talking to you while you're in your child's pose or your down dog. You're welcome to let your breath be nice and smooth and fluid and even. Notice what's going on. Now, in either of these poses, if you're staying there, child's pose or down dog, and by the way, if you're in down dog and you want to shift to child's pose, that's just fine. In either of these poses, I'd like to draw your attention back here again to that area around your lower ribs, around the thoracolumbar junction, around the kidney area. And I'd like to suggest that you take some of the prana that we've been breathing and working through the past 30 minutes or so, and visualize it swirling down into that area in your back. So take your breath in, visualize it swirling into the lower back area, filling that area with prana, filling it with energy, filling it with life force. Breathing into your back. And then if you like, you can sit up on your heels now and bring your thumbs here to your low back. It's not my low back, it's sort of by my rib area here. Thumbs there. And then breathe in. So it gives you more of an interoceptive cue. So you can breathe into the thumbs. Feel free to soften or close your eyes while you're breathing into your thumbs. Visualize the prana filling up your kidneys, filling up your adrenaline glands, filling you with life force energy. A lot of times we think we get our energy from, our protein shakes in the morning or whatever, which we do. We get energy from there. But we also get it from the energy that's all around us, from the life force. It's not just about if you take the right vitamins. It's also about if you have the right mindset, There's a lot to our energy that we don't completely understand. Now, as you're ready, go ahead and slide forward onto your belly. So we're going to do some, a little bit of cobra, work with cobra here. And I want to go back to some of the contralateral things we've been doing. So hands right next to your chest. And when you're ready, slide your right arm out, lift your left leg up, lift your chest and face. Palm can face the midline here. And then exhale, slide it back. Inhale, left arm, right leg, palm facing the midline. Exhale, slide it back. Right arm, left leg. And left arm, right leg. Okay, right arm, left leg again. That was a little dust, by the way. That's all that was. And then left arm, right leg again. And next we're going to do both arms, both legs. On the inhale, reach both arms up from Cobra, both arms up, both legs lift up. It's really locust pose, right? And then on the exhale, slide your hands back. So as you inhale, slide both arms up, palms facing each other. Lift both legs, exhale back. Now, 3 more times. The next time you do it, see if you can lift a little bit less so that you notice a slightly different place in your back. So you're not always going to the same place. And then the next time you lift even a tiny bit less than that. So you're barely off the floor. And then the last time you do it, just a teeny little bit so it almost looks like you're not off the floor at all. And notice something different in your back working. And then when you're finished, just rest. Now you can rest with your hands on the floor, you can rest with your arms by your sides, hands under your head, whatever's comfortable for you. Take a 1 or 2 nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Feel the grounding energy of the earth beneath you. When you're ready, roll over onto your back. And hug your knees in. Give yourself a hug and maybe a little rock. And then take your arms out to the sides with the palms facing down. Here's an option. Straighten your legs. It'll make it a little harder. Another option is bend your knees. Third option is feet on the floor, because for some people this is going to feel more comfortable if you have lower back stuff going on. So take a breath in. As you exhale, take the knees towards the right, the head towards the left. So it could be knees like this towards the right. They could be going like this towards the right. They might even be straight towards the right. And they might come all the way down, by the way. Inhale back up and then exhale to the left. Head turns to the right. Inhaling back up again. Exhaling to the right, head turns to the left. Inhaling back up. Exhale left, head turns right. Feel free to go faster than me or slower than me, by the way. Next time your legs go over to the right, we'll stay there. So if they don't come all the way down easily, you can put the feet down first if your knees are bent. If your legs are straight, you might want to bend your knees. You can keep your legs straight too, by the way. If your feet are on the floor, you just take your knees a little bit over to the right. Head looks left. Now here's what we're going to do as we stay in the pose. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, count your exhale to the count of 6. Just let it go. And then another breath in. And exhale to the count of 7. One more time, inhale. And exhale to the count of 8. One more time, inhale. Exhale to the count of 8. Now when you're ready, inhale your legs back up to neutral. Exhale your legs down to the left in any way that works for you. We're just going into that twist. And the twist tends to be kind of lungana. And you may also notice the twist in that area of your back we've been focusing on, in that kidney adrenal area. Yeah. Now once you get settled with your legs over to the left, take a breath in. And then exhale to the count of 6. And then inhale again. Exhaling to the count of 7. And inhaling again. Exhaling to the count of 8. And one more time, inhale. And exhale to the count of 8. And then simply bring your knees back to neutral, bring your feet flat, arms by your sides, soften or close your eyes, and take a moment here and tune in. How does your breath feel? How does your body feel? And can you visualize that prana traveling into the kidney area again? Traveling into that area we've been spending some time on. Please give your knees a hug into your chest. Give them another hug into your chest. With an exhale. And one more time, give them a hug into your chest. With an exhale. And then please bring your feet back to the floor. Stretch your legs out in front of you. You're welcome to keep your feet flat, particularly if your low back doesn't feel great. Soften or close your eyes. And allow yourself to rest in Shavasana. Feel the heaviness of your feet and your ankles. Feel the soft heaviness of your legs, of your hips. Relax your abdomen, your low back. A couple extra breaths where you feel these front low ribs sinking to the back body and opening up the back body. Soften your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands. Soften your throat. The back of your neck. Muscles around your mouth. The muscles around your eyes. The space between your eyebrows. Your forehead and your temples. Your scalp. Allow your whole body to continue to rest. You'll hear the bells in about 3 minutes. And please take a slightly deeper breath. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently turn your head from one side to the other. Take one hand to the center of your chest and the other hand, maybe your chest, maybe your belly, you can choose. And then take a moment here to feel the healing energy, that healing prana from your hands moving into your body. Remember your inner resources again. Whatever they were, kindness, self-compassion, generosity, strength, faith, hope, love, support. Take a moment to remember that through any challenging situations, any time that there's darkness, there's always a crack of light. Let yourself be filled with an inner light. Let your inner light shine to the people around you. When you're ready, you can move or stretch your body however you'd like. Yawn or sigh. And bring your feet up flat, roll to your side. Use both hands. Slowly take your time, come up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Take a moment and kind of assess how your body's feeling. Notice your state of mind. Carry that into the rest of your day. I will probably be live streaming some more classes, definitely this time on Tuesdays for the next week or so until things, we see what happens. So please keep in touch, and I also really appreciate comments. Also, this is a great time to study with me. If you're at home, I got lots of online courses, so check them out on subtleyoga.com. Send me an email, let me know how you're doing, or leave a comment here on the post, and take really good care. Namaste.